Hello students, today we will start with the first chapter of the history of class 10, the rise of nationalism in Europe. In this chapter, in my first video, we will go through certain topics. The first one, we will study the Frederick Sorio. Then we will go through the explanation of the meaning of Utopian Society and the absolutist. Okay. Then we have the topics emergence of nation state and the modern state. Later on we will go through the feeling of nationalism, how the collective identity was made in the France. Then Napoleonic Code. In class 9th you had gone through the coming of the advent of the Napoleon in the France. Now we will go through some of his administrative reforms. And the last one, economic uniformity. We will go through the explanation of each and every topic one by one, and at the end of the video you will get the detailed notes of each and every topic. We will start with our first topic, that is Frederick Sorio. The Frederick Sorio, who was an French artist, he portrayed, or you can say he had imagined, a world where everywhere all the human rights are there, liberty, equality, fraternity, all these type things are prevailing, and the peoples have their own government by consent, and all these type of things. There we have gone through a topic also that is called Utopian Society. All these comes when in the CBSE examination they are asked in 1 number question. Sometime you have to define what is Utopian Society, or it can be asked who was Frederick Sorio. So that's why I am telling these things, because 1 number questions weightage is now 20. So Utopian Society, what the Frederick Sorio was thinking in his art was like an imaginary society where all the things are running in a very smooth and in a very correct manner. But can it be possible? Similarly, we live in India, and we all are thinking about Ram Raj. Many of our current government is saying that we will establish Ram Raj. Ram Raj फिर से आएगा. What is Ram Raj? Ram Raj उस राज्य को बोला गया है जहां पर सब कुछ बहुत सही था, सभी खुश थे, सबके साथ न्याय होता था, सभी प्रॉस्पेरस थे, कोई गरीब नहीं था, कोई भूखा नहीं सोता था, सारी चीजें थी, समाज में सब कुछ बहुत अच्छे से था. ओके, दैट इज कॉल्ड उटोपियन सोसाइटी. सो दैट सोसाइटी Frederick Sorio was thinking. Okay, we have one more term that was called absolutist. Absolutist means the rulers which are having all the powers in their hands. Absolute power. Absolute means all, full powers in their hands. And you all know, when we have the liberty of doing all the things, freedom of doing all the things, then most of the cases things goes wrong, because we are in a very careless manner. But when it comes to the ruler, in perspective of rulers के point of view से अगर आप सोचेंगे तो वहां पर अलग हो जाता है. वहां पर absolute means they enjoy their powers in absolute manner. Whatever they think is right, whatever they think wrong is wrong. They do not have any type of fair judiciary. Okay, transparent judiciary, nothing exists in that absolutist manner. So what the Frederick Sorio was thinking, he was thinking that he will depict a utopian society free from those absolutist powers. At that time, the countries which are having a nation state formation, that was America and Switzerland. 1 number, you will go through the paragraphs where the chapter starts, and you will go through the paragraphs and you will find different 1 number questions and answers. Okay, now we will move towards our next topic, which we have said that nation state and modern state. What is nation state? Actually, nation and state, these are two broad terms which together they fix the difference, and they form a more you can say a more authentic and more powerful term. When we talk about state, it is only about the sovereignty, that we are controlling our territories. But when we talk about the nation, nation is about the culture, is about our language, is about our customs. Okay, whatever we feel, which is related to each and everybody's feelings, emotions, that is a nation. What is nation? That India is known for what? India is known for its culture. That is called nation. Understood? But when these two terms join with each other, nation and state, nation state means we have the sovereignty, that we are having a specific territory and we are controlling that, and we are also defending our culture. We can express it also, take it to the other countries' boundaries. Okay, plus we can give them the conservation to our culture, religion, whatever extra things are. Understood? And the other thing which we have talked about is modern state, which in the present we are following. Understood? The what type of governments we are having, that are modern states, where they deal with the sovereignty, means they are having exact territories. Territorial map is exact. Likewise, if you will see the India, then you will see that India map, where the boundaries are there, what are its neighboring countries. We cannot make that, we can increase the map of India or decrease the map of India. It is not in our hands. That is fixed, and that is modern state, and it is ruled by a centralized government. As we are a union. You go through the, if you will go through the constitution of our country, we comes under the union government. We follow federal, quasi-federal type of government, that we will later study in the democratic politics, second chapter. Now we will move through the French Revolution. Last year you all have gone through the French Revolution. French Revolution has given various ideas to the whole world, and those ideas are generated by the philosophers and the thinkers. The role of the philosophers and thinkers in the French Revolution was incredible, because all these ideas were given by those philosophers. After the French Revolution in 1789, now the daily life was become something very unusual. Why unusual? Because we have established other person, Maximilien Robespierre. His reign was called Reign of Terror. Then again the Napoleon Bonaparte took over the charge of France, and he again established the monarchy. So the problem was that every time the one is going, the next is coming, annexing, fighting, and all these type of things are there. We want a solution. We want a France as a country, as a nation. We want to represent France as a country. But how the peoples who are distributed in different parts of those territories, they are known by their they are having related to their languages or culture practices, how they will be with joined with each other? What will be that tying bond? That sense of collective identity was formed by some features. That was la citoyenne, okay, the fatherland and the citizen. The feeling was common. Okay, when the feeling was common, when it is fatherland, means all are subject to this fatherland. No one is subject to a specific person. We are subject to a nation. Understood? We call it the fatherland. Then the government by consent. We have a constitution. Okay, the ideas liberty, equality, and fraternity was also introduced in the France. So all these were the things which was taken to develop a feeling of collective identity among the persons of France. They had also framed poems, different oaths, martyrs were commemorated everywhere. Okay, in the means martyr means those who had given their lives for establishment of a bright future for their country. Like we talk about Bhagat Singh, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. These are several martyrs of our country. Similarly, they have in their countries. Okay, so they martyrs were commemorated in order to make each and every person of that country bond with each other. सब एक दूसरे से जुड़ेंगे. नाम सुनते अच्छा लगता है ना. जब when we talk about भगत सिंह, then we do not talk about पंजाब और उत्तर प्रदेश और जम्मू कश्मीर, और then we are tied with that he fought for our country, he fought for India. ऐसा लगता है ना, अच्छा लगता है सुनने में. When we celebrate his day as Martyrs Day. Okay. So now after that we will go through the economic uniformity. Actually, how the economy can act as a symbol of nationalism. When we go in the past of the European countries or in the France or nearby areas, we will find that there are number of currencies. Now this is really very hectic. You cannot even think the problem which the persons of inter-region will face. In a similar country, a person who is moving from one city to another city, he will face a problem of different currency. Not only currency, even the weights, measuring units, each and everything is different from one place to another place. Understood? जैसे हमारे यहाँ हो जाए कि in Tamil Nadu some different type of currency is there, and in Telangana some different, and Uttar Pradesh different, Madhya Pradesh different. Then how the people, if one you move from Madhya Pradesh to Uttar Pradesh and the currency is different, how you will survive? You will be in big trouble. Within a country you are having a different type of currency. And the biggest situation is that you are moving within Madhya Pradesh and you are going from Chhatarpur to Bhopal or Bhopal to Indore. You are moving from Lucknow to Kanpur, or you are moving from Chennai to Madurai. You are having problem of different currency, different measuring unit. So when the Napoleon was there, what he had done, he has restricted these currencies from 30 to 2, and he has established the uniform measuring units which help the merchants and the traders. This was a very good decision taken by the Napoleon. He had smoothened the administrative reforms. Zollvereins were set up, trade guilds were set up also, and somewhat their powers were also taken so that under control of the ruler, because sometimes trade guilds become very autonomous body, they becomes very absolutist type. They will not allow other trader or other merchants to enter into their area, so they make many different type of schemes. So it becomes very problematic for that new merchant or trader. Understood? So transport trains were introduced which smoothened the transport facility. So these are some things which has unified the economic criteria, and economy also helped in the establishment of the nationalism feeling of a country. At the last, we will go through the Napoleonic Code 1804. It is one of the most important questions of the topics which we have covered today. It comes under 3 number and 5 number both questions, and the feeling of collective identity, it also comes under 3 number and 5 number question. At the end of the video you will get the detailed notes, so do not worry that where we will get the notes. Right now I am explaining the topics. In the Napoleonic Code, what Napoleon had done, he had taken back the clerical privileges and the privileges which were given by the birth. Now, if you want privilege, you have to work. You have to show your work, you have to work hard, you have to contribute to the nation. It is a good thing. It is one of the best administrative reform, and the countrymen of France were very happy with that. They were very happy. You also become very happy when you will feel like each and everything in the society is equal to you. No rich, no poor, no mediocre. It is up to us. Work hard and get the things. Understood? This is the same thing which Napoleon had made introduced in his country. Then he has abolished serfdom and manorial dues. Serfdom means the persons who are working for others, means you can say servants, without pay. In the France, in India, we are having servants which we are paid. But in the France, these serfdoms or near about slaves, they are working day and night. But if the landlord or their owner wants to pay, then only they will pay. If they do not want to pay, they will take their duty and they will not pay. That is called serfdom. And manorial dues means manors were there. They were the, you can say, a minister's type of thing. They were put in some different regions to collect revenue from those places, and for on those fields some serfdoms are working. They comes under that due, debt, karza. They are taking loan from manors to satisfy their agricultural needs. So those dues were also abolished by the Napoleon. This is another very good example that Napoleon was very sensible towards his citizens. Next is, he has abolished the feudalism. Feudalism is a type of a political order which was established to control by the king, so that he can take control over the whole country, proper control. So he had made feudal lords. Okay, he had smoothened the transport system. He has uniformed the currencies, uniformed the weights and measures, and guilds were taken. So these were the different reforms which was made by the Napoleon for the good administration. But when we one question is also asked, what would the demerit when Napoleon is doing so much? Then why his reforms was not also liked by some persons? It was those persons. All the French was liking the Napoleon, but the persons who were criticizing were those who were thinking, those who were the newly conquered territory by the France. Newly conquered territories by the France. जो अभी दूसरे राज्यों को जो जीता नेपोलियन ने, वो थे. ओके, तो वो लोग अनसेटिस्फाइड थे, क्योंकि उन्होंने भी ये सोचा, वी आर कमिंग अंडर द फ्रांस एंड वॉट एवर दीज गुड थिंग्स Napoleon is giving, these we will also enjoy. But Napoleon hadn't given those things to conquered territory persons, citizens. And instead of that, he has imposed censorship, increased taxations, okay, and they were forcefully taken to the wars. So the persons who were thinking as the harbingers of freedom, liberty, the messenger of God, Napoleon, after few days, their dreams shattered because they were not treated same like the French people. So now you will get the notes, whatever topics we have covered. In the next topic, we will go through the aristocracy, liberalism, and the revolutionaries.